As the Chicago Bears gear up for their 2025 mandatory minicamp starting on June 3rd, anticipation is at an all-time high. This year marks a new beginning for the franchise, with Ben Johnson stepping in as head coach and Caleb Williams preparing for his second NFL season. All eyes are on Halas Hall to see how this new leadership tandem will guide a reshaped Bears team aiming to rise in the NFC North. Ben Johnson enters camp after a highly successful tenure as offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, where he helped quarterback Jared Goff rejuvenate his career. Now, Johnson is tasked with helping Caleb Williams, a highly touted quarterback who had a tough rookie season, find his stride in the NFL. Williams showed flashes of brilliance last season despite unstable conditions, which included 2 head coaches, 3 offensive coordinators, and minimal offensive line support. Still, he posted a 62.5% completion rate, 3,500-plus passing yards, 20 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, although he was also sacked 68 times, a league-high number that exposed major flaws in protection. But the Bears front office, led by General Manager Ryan Poles, took the necessary steps to reshape the offensive line and coaching staff. Johnson's offensive system is already tailored to fit Williams's natural style, with significant input from newly hired offensive line coach Dan Rauscher, who replaces Chris Morgan. The improvements in coaching alone suggest that Caleb Williams will finally have the infrastructure to grow. What sets Johnson apart is his willingness to adapt his scheme to his players' strengths rather than forcing them into a predefined system. Speaking about Williams, Johnson stated, "He's been predominantly a shotgun quarterback for most of his high school and college career. We're going to work to see the comfort level under center and how much of that applies." This approach contrasts sharply with last season, where Williams often had to bend to the needs of multiple conflicting coaching philosophies. Under Johnson, the Bears hope to see structured development and strategic consistency. Ryan Poles also emphasized the importance of challenging Caleb Williams while nurturing his confidence. "I think there's a space for building someone's confidence, but I think you have to be demanding and challenging of the expectations," Poles said. "I think he needs that and desires that." This philosophy aligns well with Williams's competitive nature. The young quarterback has shown visible passion on the field, sometimes too visibly, according to Johnson, who noted that improving body language and team demeanor is part of the focus. "We don't want to be a palms-up team questioning everything. That's a sign of weakness," he said. This mindset shift is expected to trickle down to the rest of the offense. Johnson's leadership style, direct, intense, and development-focused, will be on full display at minicamp, where the team will begin instilling the discipline, trust, and consistency that Johnson demands. The ultimate goal? To bring out the same transformation in Caleb Williams that Johnson achieved with Jared Goff. Over the past 2 seasons in Detroit, Goff posted impressive numbers, over 4,500 passing yards and 30 touchdowns in 2023, and over 4,600 yards and 37 touchdowns in 2024, while maintaining a quarterback rating well above 97 in both years. If Johnson can help Williams make even half that leap, the Bears could become a playoff contender faster than anyone expects. While the focus may be on the quarterback, the broader cultural transformation underway at Halas Hall is equally vital. From body language to leadership tone, Johnson and his staff are pushing for accountability and maturity at every position. The new era of the Bears is about more than flashy plays. It's about mentality, preparation, and identity. Players like wide receivers DJ Moore and Rome Odunze, tight end Cole Kmet, and others will be closely monitored for how they respond to Johnson's system. Moore, now entering veteran status, will be tasked with guiding the younger receivers while adapting to a system that demands high football IQ and emotional control. Johnson made it clear that early struggles at minicamp will be tolerated, but only to a point. "You might see a few palms up at camp," he said. But by the time we get to Week 1 against the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football, that's going to be gone. The focus on communication and team-wide buy-in is already evident in how the coaching staff is structuring practices. Instead of rigid drills with minimal interaction, minicamp will include sessions where players are challenged to think, react, and communicate in live scenario situations. This shift is especially critical for Caleb Williams, who is being asked to take command of the offense in a way that mirrors elite NFL quarterbacks. It's not just Williams who will be undergoing change. Declan Doyle, the new offensive coordinator, is working hand-in-hand with Johnson to install a more balanced and adaptive offensive scheme. Their goal is to capitalize on Williams's natural improvisation skills while introducing him to structured pocket passing, especially in under-center formations, something that benefited Jared Goff immensely in Detroit. Johnson's philosophy isn't merely about teaching plays. It's about teaching habits. That includes how players handle mistakes, how they support each other, and how they react when things don't go their way. The entire system is designed to remove panic and build poise. The word around Halas Hall is growth. Not just player development, but personal development. This minicamp won't just test who can run the right routes or make the best throws. It will test who is ready to lead, who can take coaching, and who is willing to adapt for the good of the team. From rookies like Rome Odunze to established stars like DJ Moore, every player will be watched not just for their performance, but for how they behave, communicate, and carry themselves. This is where the foundation of the 2025 Chicago Bears will be built, and Johnson is determined to lay every brick the right way. While Ben Johnson leads the offensive revival, another major shift is happening on the other side of the ball. Veteran coach Dennis Allen, the former head coach of the New Orleans Saints and Oakland Raiders, is now the Bears' defensive coordinator, a move widely praised across the league. Although his head coaching stints were underwhelming, Allen has long been regarded as a top-tier defensive mind. His resume includes orchestrating some of the league's top units in red zone defense, third down stops, and points allowed. His aggressive, detail-oriented style is already being felt in Chicago. Ben Johnson, who has sat in on multiple defensive meetings, is thrilled with Allen's approach. He's super smart. He's got a plan. We see the game naturally the same way, Johnson said. He's aggressive by nature, and that's something I really appreciate. Allen's presence has re-energized Chicago's defensive room. His teaching style, blunt, fast-paced, and loaded with situational awareness, is resonating with both veterans and rookies. The 2025 minicamp will serve as the testing ground for some bold new ideas, including position experimentation and an emphasis on versatility. One standout project is Kyler Gordon, whom Allen is training to play both outside cornerback and safety. Allen said he needs to be learning both of those spots. That flexibility will be vital for a Bears defense that aims to disguise its coverage schemes and create confusion for opposing quarterbacks. Jaquan Brisker, one of the team's core defensive backs, is already seeing the benefits of Allen's leadership. It looks like the defensive backs are going to make a lot of plays and fly around, Brisker said. He's aggressive. He changes it up. His defenses have been top 5 over the last couple years. Much of that defensive aggression will start up front, where Allen is overseeing a revamped defensive line that emphasizes size, speed, and depth. The team now features an imposing rotation that includes Grady Jarrett, 6 feet 0 inches, 305 pounds, age 32. A seasoned veteran acquired from Atlanta, still playing at a high level. Gervin Dexter Sr., 6 feet 6 inches, 312 pounds, age 23. A rising force who continues to improve. Shemar Turner, 6'3", 290 pounds, age 22. A young, athletic interior lineman aiming to bulk up slightly to gain leverage. Andrew Billings, 6 feet 1 inch, 311 pounds, age 30. A reliable interior presence returning for another season, and that's just the interior. The Bears' defensive front also features monstrous edge rushers, all towering at 6 feet 6 inches, including Montez Sweat, Austin Booker, and Dayo Odeyingbo. This group gives Allen the tools to build a defensive scheme that's relentless in its pressure and adaptable in its formations. Minicamp will focus heavily on rotations, stunts, and disguises. Allen wants his defense to dictate the pace and force opposing offenses to react, not the other way around. That means putting players in uncomfortable positions now, so they're ready when the season starts. Allen's defensive vision aligns with the team's broader goals: discipline, aggression, and situational intelligence. Minicamp will serve as a crucial proving ground, not just for players trying to make the roster, but for establishing the identity of the 2025 Chicago Bears. With minicamp officially beginning on Tuesday, June 3rd, the Chicago Bears are entering a transformative phase. Under new leadership from Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen, the team is setting a new tone, one based on accountability, adaptability, and high expectations. Caleb Williams has the support system he lacked as a rookie. The defense has the strategic vision it sorely needed, and the entire organization is being recalibrated for sustained success.